I'm trying to slip down. There we go. All right. Now you got to start over.
Start over, rewind. So I am Jamal Marquee Rashard. Keyword is Marquee, which is my middle name. It's supposed to be Mark, but my mom was trying to get fancy, right? And so I am the owner of Marquee Title. Marquee Title is the first luxury minority and veteran-owned title company in Texas, right? That is a very, very important deal. It doesn't really exist. There's other companies that are aligned, however, they're not luxury. And if you know anything about me, I am luxury. So I try to deliver a luxury service, and my team delivers a VIP luxury service. We call it a VIP concierge service for our clients, which means you have a dedicated escrow officer specifically for your file. What does that mean? That means that we make sure you have my escrow officer's cell phone number during reasonable hours, right? So we've all been in that case where we can't get in touch with the escrow team. We don't know what's up with the file. We're sending emails back and forth. I am not an email person. If there's a problem, we want to make sure you can communicate directly, right? So our motto is good news travels fast and bad news has to travel fast, right? So I want to give you a little bit, for a few minutes breakdown of my background, and then I'll tell you about my escrow team, right? So I have never been a real estate agent. I've never been a broker. I've always been an investor. And as an investor, I have done thousands of transactions. So whether it's a wholesale deal, whether it's a flip, whether it's a hotel, whether I'm building, buying lots, you name it, I've done, right? And what I found is I have never gotten excellent service at any title company that I've ever worked with, ever. And this is across states, from Texas to Atlanta and Georgia down to New Orleans. I've never had an excellent team supporting me. So essentially, I was just giving my deals away, and I wasn't getting much back in return. And the other side of it is that I had no idea what was happening when I sent my file to the title company. And guess what? The more I talk to agents and brokers and loan officers, they don't have any idea either. So, I call it the Wizard of Oz, right? You send the file behind the curtain, and it's like this great pile of Oz that's happening back there. And we're just hoping it comes out the other side and says it's clear to close, right? So I want to give you a little bit of breakdown on exactly what's happening when that file goes to the title company, right? So when you send your email or your order to the title company, they say order received or title's been opened. What does that mean? It means nothing, right? It means nothing. The very first step in the process is for your file to go to what's called a title plan. The title plan is the team that physically goes to the courthouse and pulls the files and records. What's been happening in the past, when you send your file to a title company, they say title's been opened. They mean they've opened a file inside their office, but it has not been opened with a title plan. That's a very important factor. So when you're wondering why your files are being pushed back, why you're missing your close date, is because they're not sending the file to the title plant when you send the file over. Why aren't they doing that?
Did you say title plant?
Plant. It's called a title plant. P-L-A-N-T.
Okay, you talking a little fast.
I'm sorry.
It's
sorry.
okay.
So the title plan is a team of people that go to the courthouse and pull the physical documents. Title companies don't send that order over because there's a cost to that, right? And so they're trying to minimize their losses. So instead, they're waiting until when?
Under contract.
No,
They're waiting
no.
for services.
They're waiting, not even the option period. They're waiting until you get the clear to close from the lender. Yes. They're waiting that long. Why is that? Because until they hear the clear to close from the lender, they need to know where the money's coming from. So until they feel confident that the lender's going to approve this file, they're holding the file. But they're not telling you that. They're just telling you we don't have title back yet. Well, the truth is, they never sent it, right? So the first step in the process is to send the file to the title plant. Oh, listen, there's some upset people today. I know. I feel like I'm preaching. Upset people today. Because it's my job. It's my job to make sure you understand the process and you can hold people accountable. Now, I obviously want you to do business with me and my team, but if you choose not to, at least you can hold people that you are working with accountable. Because I know that we can't drive every file to Marquee Title. I'm aware of that, right? But when you do work with other title companies, I want you to understand exactly what's happening because they have not been truthful. In my thousands of transactions, I had no idea what was happening. I was waiting on them to tell me it was clear to close or what was happening with the file. And the truth is they weren't communicated properly or sometimes not at all, right? So when that title plan gets the file back and send it back, it's called a title commitment. If you are not receiving the title commitment, you should be. It's literally exactly what has to be cleared on the file to close it. So no one can finesse you, no one can regurgitate what the underwriter is saying. It literally comes back in a commitment form. You should email it to you, you should have it. So you can read it for yourself and educate your clients on what's happening, whether it's tax liens, whether it's some other type of liens, whether it's a mortgage that hasn't been cleared, whatever the case may be, you'll be able to look at it.
So when should we be expecting that title?
7 to 10 days, right? If we're moving like lightning, 3 days. We closed the file in the office this week. Guy was going to foreclosure on Tuesday. We had to close the file Monday. We got the file in the office on Wednesday. We were moving like lightning to get that file closed. He was doing 2 refis, right? We don't like that. So we have to call in a bunch of favors, right? That costs us more money. Can we get it done? If it's a situation like that in the foreclosure, yes, we can get it done. Realistically, 7 to 10 days, right? That's a great question on how long it takes, because the truth is, we don't know. Because if one house has been sold in 30 years once, there's only one file review. If that house has been flipped 15 times in the last 30 years, it's a lot more paperwork to go through, right? So that's what dictates how long it takes, right? So now that we get the title commitment back, we're seeing what's on it. Now we're having that conversation with you on what exactly has to be clear. Because what's happening is we're trying to wrap a bow around this and send it to the underwriters, right? So you need to understand what business that we're in. We're not in the real estate business, contrary to popular belief. Anybody know what business we're in? We're in the insurance business. We sell title insurance, which means you work for the underwriters and for the parent company, and they don't want to risk their money. So they're relying on us to verify this information before we even send it to them, right? So we're going to communicate with you on how to clear this file up, send it off. So as Tanika would say, she's not here because she's closing the file in the office today, but Tanika would say, I don't care if it's a pile of crap. We're going to put it in a Tiffany box and deliver it to the underwriters, right? Which means we're going to work with you to make sure we have all the information, because we do not like surprises. Which means if you got that probate file and you say it's 2 heirs, please let it be 2 heirs and not 12, as we often find out, right? So we're relying on you all to have that conversation up front with your clients, so we don't have to have it on the back end. Because once it goes to the underwriter and when they find out someone lied, that's it. They're wiping their hands, right? And that's the case we find out a lot with Big Mama's house, is that people are not being truthful about the heirs that are on the property. It's causing delays, right? So we work with you. Once we get the title coming back, we have a communication with you prior to sending it to the underwriters for the title insurance to make sure that we're all on the same page. So we call it a strategic alliance with our agents to make sure we're all on the same page about what's happening with this file, right? I don't care if it's a wholesale deal, AK, I don't care if it's a traditional retail deal, whatever the case may be, you want to make sure we're all on the same page, right? So we can close the file lightning fast, right? We don't like that. Give us a week, 2 weeks, right? Everybody can kind of get there to the finish line. But again, we close 3 files, 1 in 3 days, 2 in 4 days, and it's a bit much, right? So we're trying not to do that. Once we get ready for closing, we'll communicate with all parties, right? We're a disinterested third party, but obviously our alliance is with the people that brought up the case, right? So like I said before, good news travels fast, bad news has to travel faster. Bad news can't travel faster if we're not putting the title up front. Is there a cost to that? Yes, there's a cost to that. My goal is to minimize that by our alliances, right? So we make our money on volume, not on one particular deal, one particular case, right? So it's important for me, for you all to understand, we know how you get paid, but y'all don't know how we get paid, right? How do we get paid? Bet. Welcome to Behind the Curtain. We get paid when a transaction closes, which means we're vested just as much as you, right? The transaction doesn't close, we don't make any. Despite how long we worked on the file, despite how many people we talked to, how many hours the escrow team worked on it, if the file doesn't get to closing, we don't get paid, right? We get paid a percentage of the sales price. It's all kind of funky math. We can break it down to about 0.5 point total, right? So AK, when you send that lot for 50 grand, and you wonder why the title company previously didn't call you back, it's because they're not vested in that income. They're not making any money on the deal, right? So they can put you at the end of the list versus that retail deal for 500, right? We want to make sure you understand that we're using every file as a case-by-case basis of, hey, we want to earn your business. So whether you bring us a $500,000 file, you bring us a $50,000 lot, it doesn't matter to us. We're going to treat everything exactly the same because we want to partner with you and make sure you understand that we're here for the long run. We're not here for this particular transaction, right? We want repeat business and make sure that we are your go-to for title and escrow services, right?
So would that be why you were making the investment to spend and open up title, even though it has a cost ahead of time?
Correct.
We're trying to build.
Correct.
Relationship.
On the retail side, 80% deals close. On the wholesale and investor side, 50-50. So I'll tell you how that works with us, right? If I have an investor, which I have a ton of investors, we call ourselves the investor focused title company, not the investor friendly title company, right? Because I've been an investor for 20 years. And so my thing is to make sure that we are focused on that transaction, whether it closes or not, with that investor, because every deal doesn't close. We can't control it, right? And so we had a termination yesterday for a guy because he couldn't get the price down. I've been there, I understand, not a big deal, but it is a cash leak. So I tell my investors, hey, here's what we're gonna do. When you send that file over to me, I'm gonna make you put earnest money down, right? There is no file without earnest money. There is no file without earnest money, right? If that deal doesn't close, I'm going to take my title plant money out of the earnest money in the wholesale deal, right? So that way, you don't bring me crap, right? Because you're best as much as I am, but you know we're running the title as soon as possible. And about 60 to 70% of those deals close, right? It is rare that it falls apart because they filter it before it even gets to.
So how much is that? Oh,
Great question. It is $100. It is not an expensive cost, but it does add up,
that's fair.
right? It does add up. $100 is not a big deal. 100 times 30. Well, now we got a big cash leak that we have to worry about, right? Which is why we do it that way.
So I'll just give you 1,000 for a year, and I'll take care of.
Take care of 10.
No, we don't like that, but yes, you could do it, right? You could do. How much time I got, Mike? We got five more minutes. So questions?
So you
Salon.
said that you charge $100 earnest money to just all of your clients.
Minimum on a file
Okay.
is $100 in earnest money. If that file doesn't close, we're gonna take that earnest money and apply it to
I think that's
the
right.
cash
On a wholesale.
on a wholesale deal,
Well,
not on a regular retail deal.
but you know what, I had an investor one time and I told her she wanted earnest money. And she flew off the handle and started cussing. I'm like, okay, whatever. And just to start cussing at me, I'm like, I don't need to work with you.
Without earnest money, there's no contract. That's the reality, right? You have to have earnest money to consummate the contract. And I know there's a lot of wholesalers who disagree. They have not done it at a high level. I was wholesaling, I was making $1 million a year wholesale. Well,
Cause it's not a lot. I mean.
it's not a lot, right? It's an
Yeah.
investment in your business. So if you don't have $100, you shouldn't be wholesale. That's the reality, right? And so let's be transparent. Let's just be transparent. Any other questions? Anything? Me? Title company? Nothing.
Any locations?
I have one. So my office is in River Oaks, right off of the Southwest Freeway in Kirby. So they're literally right on the other side of the loop. Right?
Y'all do mobile notary?
We do mobile notaries throughout the entire state of Texas. So we can close anywhere in Texas. We're licensed anywhere in Texas. We do mobile notaries. But here in Houston, we have 2 notaries that are in our office that we only work with those exclusively. Once we get outside of Houston, we have to hire someone local to take care of it, right? But here in Houston, we make sure that our consistency is high and that our value is strong. So we're not sending some random notary to the office to do these closings, right? So I have a bunch of investors, some other brokers who want to close at their particular office.
Yeah.
It's not a problem. It's not a problem. Any other questions, concerns, comments? So I'm gonna pass out some flyers, folders, I should say. And this is my dad in the back of the room, by the way. I'm privileged to work with him. It's a gift and a curse.
So what you?
So it's the gift and a curse.
What you? Yeah, I'm making you look good.
So
On the record. Okay.
So my dad works with me. He goes out to other brokers, makes appointments. I didn't even know this appointment was here because I didn't set it, right? So he sets up appointments. So I would love to get on you guys' calendar one-on-one. You can always contact me, contact my escrow officer. My senior escrow officer's name is Tanika Owens. She's amazing. She's got over 20-something years in business. I don't ever say how much because she's still 25 in her eyes. And so we're gonna make sure that you have a direct connection with her where you can ask her questions. She's, obviously available during all reasonable hours, right? We try not to get those, midnight calls and emails, but we do have them when necessary. It's an emergency, right?
What's in that folder? Do you have that digital so I can send it to the people?
I don't, but I can get it. I
Give me
don't.
that digital, man, so I can get it to the people.
Fair enough. Well, I appreciate your time. I appreciate y'all.
And then,
Give me the
look,
platform.
appreciate you. Let me say this. And then relationships are important in this business, and y'all know that, right? So, in 20 years for me being in real estate, one of the things that I've realized is that by aligning with the right people and having the right people in your circle, that it can be profound for what you can achieve in this business. I'm always looking for good relationships. I know Jamal is probably doing the same. So, man, I appreciate you coming out, man.
Appreciate you having me.
Speaking to my people and providing them a little something to eat.
Outstanding.
Thank you,
We'll
man.
be here shortly.
Thank you. All right, man. That's a tough act to follow, but I'm gonna do my best. All right, so look, town hall meeting. I used to do these once a quarter. And then I didn't do them at all. So now I need to find that happy balance of how often we're gonna do them. But I do think it's important that on a regular basis, I give updates of what's going on, okay? As well as reminders and re-encouragements of the things that you already have access to when it comes to Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. So that's what this is all about today. All right, let's see. All right, first thing, core ideology. Right, especially for you all that may be new with Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. I know you've probably seen this in orientation. If you've been with us for a minute, you may have never seen this, right? Because we've evolved over the years. But I definitely want to remind you that we have an ideology really speaks to our culture that's built of three components, right? Our core goal, which is to be the #1 real estate company in the state in production and profitability. I know y'all have heard me say this before. Who can tell me who that is? Do y'all know who the #1 company is? I say it all the time. Keller Williams. But but it's a specific Keller Williams. Which one?
Is it Mitchell?
Uh,
Not Mitchell. It's signature.
it's outside of that. It's in East Texas. Keller Williams it's in Arlington. Keller Williams Go Management. So they are 14 offices, 4,300 agents, $12 billion worth of production, 35,000 transactions in a year. So they're a pretty substantial operation. They're number 10 in the United States. Who's #1 in the Houston Metroplex? Y'all know? Keller Williams. Which one though? Keller Williams Memorial. So Keller Williams Memorial is about half of Go Management. And they're like number 45 in the United States. Be the #1 real estate company in the state, production and profitability. Our core mission to create a greater experience for every stakeholder in the real estate community, right? That really goes into what I just said previously about relationships, right? It's more than just how you treat your client, right? You got to get to the point to where you understand that how you treat everybody is going to determine how much money you make in this business, not just how you treat your clients. There's a lot of value that you get from relationships, period, regardless of if they're just a friend, if they're just a customer, if they're a colleague, whoever they are, the right relationship can be life-changing for your business. I've seen that personally. I know there's people in here that's seen that as well. So our goal is as we approach this business is to create an experience for everybody, right? So that's our clients, but that also includes our title partners. That includes our lenders. That includes our inspectors. That includes other agents, right? Whether with Brooks and Davis or not, that includes our interns, right? That includes everybody that has something to do with this. What's the best career in the world? Now you better say it, because if you just, you're gonna see the door, right? So to engage with everybody that's in the best career in the world, it's important that you offer them a great experience. All right, so exceed the expectations of our clients, customers, and colleagues. Again, that really just speaks to our core mission of what we want to do. Constant positive attitude. Y'all know y'all see me, man, I'm gonna be on, right? It's a decision. I'm gonna say it again, it's a decision. Positive attitude is a decision, it's a choice, right? If you base it off of your circumstances, you ain't never gonna be in a good mood, right? But you gotta decide, today I'm walking out. If I'm not feeling it, and my wife will atone to it, if I'm not feeling it, I don't leave the house, right? She came home, dropping the kids off, she looking at me like, what's wrong with you, player? What's wrong? I'm still in the bed under the covers. I ain't feeling it. So, but it's a decision, it's a choice. We buy into it because you attract what you put out, right? So if you want positive things, you want good things to come to you, then you need to put that out, right? I know there's some people that I know and I feel sorry for them, man. I'm like, man, I know you ain't having nothing right coming in your life, but you're giving out the wrong energy, right? All right, treat and respect one another like family. Right, y'all know we intentional. That's another one of those things. We're intentional about creating that Brooks and Davis real estate firm, right? That family feel. Now, I ain't naive enough to believe that you're gonna like everybody. Like, I don't like everybody in my family. I know you don't like everybody in your family. All right. We trying to get to 4,300 agents. That's the standard. I ain't gonna like everybody in the brokerage firm, right? As a CEO. But I'm gonna treat and I'm gonna respect you like family, right? Because we have something in common. We have this common bond. We have this thing that connects us, right? So it's important, right? We're all a part of the Brooks and Davis community. All right, continually learning, improving, and operating in the most productive manner, right? Okay. It's about growth, right? Listen, if you ain't growing, you what? You're dying. There is no stagnant, There is no I'm plateauing, I'm in a place. No, you going the wrong direction, right? Our pastor said, I don't know, did you go to church this Sunday?
Yeah.
All right, did you hear what pastor said, that no matter how good your lifestyle is, no matter how good you eat, we all terminal, right? If you ain't growing, you die. It's just anywhere else in nature. I ain't never seen a tree that's not, if it ain't growing, its leaves is turning brown. Like it ain't just the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm either seeing new growth or I'm seeing brown leaves. Something wrong, right? We the same way. Always giving our best and every day making our best better, right? That's just saying, look, when we walk out the door, we striving to hit that ceiling, but we're not gonna stay there, right? At the same time, I have an affirmation that I added that it kind of speaks to this right here. And it's kind of like saying, always giving our best, and at the same time, every day making our best better. So like, it doesn't have to be one or the other. It's, we doing them simultaneously. I'm giving my best, and at the same time, I'm making it better because I always want to be growing and moving. All right, and then the last one is commitment to 4x4 leadership. Right, I've had this conversation with some of y'all, man. We're not a real estate brokerage firm. We're a leadership brokerage firm. Right? We create leaders because the reality is that everybody in here is an entrepreneur, business owner. If you got your real estate license, you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur. And what I know about entrepreneurs, the people that are connected to you, your communities, the people that are attached, they see you. Now they may have never said it to you, but they see you as a leader, right? Because you're in business. So now if that's what's happening, then as the leader of this organization and this brokerage firm, it has to be my responsibility to make sure I develop the best leaders possible. Right? If we're really going to create and cause the change that we're looking to have and the impact that we're looking to have, then I got to do that. Right? And that's what I'm going to do. All right. As long as y'all are open to it.
I have a question.
You got a question?
If you don't mind.
I'm mine. No, I'm just playing. Well, let me say this, Manuel. Write the question down. And the only reason I'm saying that is because everybody's gonna have an opportunity to grab the mic and talk, right? It is truly gonna be a town hall meeting. So I'm gonna kind of go through my slides and then we're gonna open up the floor. But don't forget the question, Manuel. Don't forget the question. All right, anybody else, if y'all got questions, write it down because I want to hear them. I want to get them. All right. So we talked about who the #1 company is, talked about mission, talked about the values. All right. Core benefits. So we recently did a survey and we surveyed our top agents, all right? We surveyed our top agents and we had some things that came back that were actually surprising to me, of all people. I got surprised, all right? We identified 8 things. We asked our agents, like, what is it that attracted you to Brooks and like, why did you come? And then why have you stayed, right? Why did you come and why have you stayed? Okay, well, these were the things that we were able to pull out of it. We were able to identify 8 benefits that really spoke to the profile of the agent that we attracted. Okay, what was surprising to me was the one that's at the top, real estate education. I didn't realize that real estate education was that important to people. I know it's important, but I didn't think it was as important, right? Because when you compared that to some of the other areas that they pulled out, by far, it was substantially higher than some of the others. I just didn't know. I didn't know, y'all. I didn't know. So based on that survey, we decided as a company, we was gonna be more intentional about touching you in a way that really spoke to you. And that's how these benefits. So going into 2024 and beyond, we're really gonna be very intentional about pouring into these 8 areas because we know these are like, we listen, like y'all talk to us, we listen, we see that these are things that are important and impactful to you. We're gonna speak to them, okay? We do get a lot. I'm gonna address the big elephant in the room, right? The whole Black excellence in real estate piece that has been a point of conversation. This is how I explain it, okay? The reality is the reality. Our agents see that as a benefit. The fact that we are a Black brokerage firm and the fact that we have operated at a high level, our agents see that as a benefit. Now, here's the caveat. That doesn't mean that we're not going to be intentional about impacting other communities. What we're going to do is we're going to speak to those communities in the voice that they need to be spoken to. Over these last 15 years, we've designed a brand, we've designed Brooks and Davis that speaks to the Black community. Now, it's obvious because the founders are Black. Right? That's the community they come from. So it's the point of least resistance, right? But now that we've grown, and if we're gonna be number one in the state, then we understand that we have to be a brokerage firm for all people. But we just have to be strategic on how we approach it. So I've already signed on, got agreement from one of our agents, and we're gonna begin working on speaking to the Hispanic community. And we're gonna begin building a message around it. We're gonna take the infrastructure of what we've done here at Brooks and Davis. We're gonna take that infrastructure, and then we're just gonna put a different flavor on it, on top of it, right? To be able to speak to them in the voice that they need to be spoken to. And then we're gonna take that model and we're just gonna duplicate it in multiple communities and put people in charge and be responsible for helping us go into those communities. Because the last thing we want is for people to feel like we're misappropriating their culture, or we're trying to infiltrate their culture. Like we don't want to have that. So we have to be strategic on how we approach it, because it's important. Like I wouldn't want somebody to be trying to come in my stuff like, oh, bro, you ain't scared voting. Y'all know how we do, right? I can have a candid conversation with y'all. Y'all my family. So although Black excellence in real estate is on there and it's one of the benefits in it, and it was highlighted, but that's just because for the last 15 years, this is what we've been building. But as we move forward, we got to bring diversity into it if we want to achieve the goals that we want to achieve. Okay. All right. All right. Our core priorities. All right. Now, these are key, and you're going to see later how it all kind of lines up. Like we've taken everything that we do, and we've taken everything that we've done, and we've actually compiled it into a single statement that really encapsulates everything when it comes to Brooks and Davis and what we do. All right. Now, the birth of the core priorities, you know, some people call them goals, right? So these are your goals for the year. So they used to be goals. It was our first set of goals for the year. Well, we went to the next year. I was like, man, we still really need to be the goals, right? But you know how we've been socialized, like your goals need to change every year. Like you can't have the same goals. What's wrong? You ain't making no progress. You got the same goals? Evans, you got the same goals? You ain't making no progress. No. Something's got to change. That's what I was thinking. Well, you look at it and you're like, okay, well, which one I'm gonna take away? Okay. All right, well, we'll just add. Do I really want more than 4? I mean, 4 seems like a good number. All right, let me add another. There was nothing that I could come up with or that we could come up with that made sense. So here are our core priorities, right? These are things that we are intentional about. And at this moment, and who knows by how long in the coming future, these are going to be the things that are going to be our goals when we look at from an annual basis, right? The first one is dramatic enhancement in member personal development. I know some of y'all have heard me say this before. Your business is only going to grow as big as you do. We're talking about Brooks and Davis real estate firm being the number one. Come on in, Monica. I got to sit right here by the teacher. You know, when you late, you got to sit by the teacher. Yes. We want Brooks and Davis to be the number one real estate company in the state, right? 14 offices, 4,300 agents, 35,000 transactions. Well, you got to be a certain kind of person to run that kind of company, right? You got to be a certain kind of CEO to be able to handle that kind of scale and that kind of volume. So even myself, I always have to be looking at how can I become better as a person, stronger as a leader. So as the organization grows, I have the capacity to handle, right? Well, that's the same for you. You can't say that you want more business, you want more transactions, you want more money, and not be willing to grow and develop and become a better leader, a more skilled, have more resources, bring more value to the marketplace. If you're not doing any of that, then guess what's going to happen? Your business is going to be stagnant. So we got to start with member development. And that's the point of intention for the brokerage firm. The next one, exponential increase in member business growth. So now we get into that part of it. Now, I hate to say it, but there's some brokerages out here and they don't care about you making money. Like they don't care about their agents closing more transactions and helping more people. They don't care. All right. There are major institutions, I ain't gonna name no names, but there are major institutions in our industry that don't care if you're successful. The only thing they care is if you have an active real estate license. If you have an active real estate license, then they get paid. It ain't got nothing to do with if you closing deals, if you helping nobody, if you getting any commissions. As long as you fighting to keep your license and you fighting to keep it active, then you're gonna have to cut them a check. So they don't care. Well, we care. We're intentional about it. And and you'll see in the presentation, we've done things and we continue to do things to reinforce the fact that that's important to us. For you all to have exponential growth in your business. All right, the next one, major expansion of the Brooks and Davis real estate firm ecosystem. All right, who knows what the ecosystem entails? The Brooks and Davis ecosystem. Who knows? Anybody? Can anybody guess?
Friends.
I think.
clients, family,
Okay,
business partner,
okay,
agents.
okay. All that, right? All that. All right. So we've actually broken it down. We've broken it down into 3 areas. Really, it's 4 areas. I actually thought about this earlier, that it's really 4 areas in our ecosystem, but I used to just say it was 3. Okay. Hey, food on the way, Rick. Okay. All right. Y'all know Rick? Shout out Rick. Oh, we got get a seat. Yeah, there's a seat out there.
Then we'll grab a seat.
Okay. So 4 areas. Agents, right? Licensed agents. Real estate student affiliate members. World changer community members, right? And then the fans, what Margaret talked about. And the fans are anybody like our partners, our clients, our past, our family, our friends. Those are the fans. Real estate changer community are licensed agents that are not members of Brooks and Davis real estate firm. Real estate student affiliate are people that are pursuing getting their license in real estate. So they're in classes, they're at ACC, they're at Champions, or they've taken all the classes, they just need to pass the exam. So real estate student affiliate members, and then obviously our licensed agents, our developmental agents, and our transactional agents. Okay, so that's our ecosystem. So the idea is we want to expand that, we want to grow that, we want more of that. Right, so we want more fans, we want more agents, we want more people in our World Changers community, we want more people that's part of our affiliate program. All right, and then the last one, creating and fostering a culture that's attractive and infectious. Because that's how you do it, right? We want to be viral, right? When you think of a viral post, the reason a post get viral because everybody telling everybody about it. Hey man, did you see that? Did you go look at that? Did you go see that? Well, that's what we want to be. We want agents and real estate students and people that's in the World Changers community to go, hey man, Brooks and Davis is black. Brooks and Davis is black. Brooks and Davis is, right? What'd you say to me when you walked in here today? Did I talk to who? Did I get a what? You said, did you get a phone call yesterday? Did you get
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Did you get a
Great.
yeah. Right. AK. Texting me. God texted me 8 o'clock in the morning. Hey, man, I need to talk to you, man. So-and-so told me this about the company. I need to talk to you, this, and that. That's how you grow. And guess what? I talked to him and I told him, I say, Ray, man, I usually don't take phone calls at 8 o'clock, bro, but you just kind of got me. You caught me at a good time, right? But I talked to him because that's important. Because if y'all are out there having conversation, I even look at the World Changers community, it asks, how did you hear about us? How was you referred? I look at those names, and when I see an agent that referred somebody, I was doing the Real to Life podcast on Tuesday, and I forgot that Fred Maxey was referred by one of our agents. Like that means we're doing something right. If people are willing to go have conversations with other people about what we're doing, and now if they sign up with us or not, that's on us, right? But if y'all have those conversations with them and they're calling us, that's what I'm talking about. Why won't you just let me push you? Okay, so a couple of things that I want to reinforce with you all. There's a lot of education is number 1, right? So that means it's important, it's valuable. Well, we put a lot of work and we're very, very intentional about making sure that there's a lot of educational opportunities for y'all. Okay. So these are 7 programs that we've determined that we do on a regular basis that you have access to and that we really want to encourage you to participate more in. All right. We have stuff in person, but it also has that virtual component. And we record it on our YouTube channel, right? So the content and the information you have access to. We do our trainings on Wednesdays, typically at 12 o'clock. They're typically here, okay? A multitude of things. We've broken it down now where we're going to be focusing on themes when it comes to the month. Like this month is about lead generation. It's about attracting business. So our programming, our lunch presentations, they all kind of line up with that thing. Because the reality is that I know Evans can probably answer this question. Ultimately, what must happen for you to make money in this business, Evans?
Let's close transaction.
Come on, man. Yeah, we can sit here and have all kind of conversations that you want about all this business that you do. But if it don't, none of it includes you closing transactions, you ain't got no money. So we got to do that. But now, if you ain't closing no transactions, then you need to step your education game up. Okay, that's one area you need to step up. So that's Wednesdays at 12, we do our training. Thursdays at 12, we typically bring in our partners, our vendors, we do our lunch presentation. We bring in people like Jamal, Thursdays at 12, right? We have our monthly mentee workshops. So for our recently licensed agents, we do those every month, every Saturday, every second Saturday, we do that, right? It's gonna be reinforced on this Saturday. We're reinforcing the lead generation, the attracting business. It's a more intimate conversation. So you can dive deeper into what may not be working in your business on why you ain't attracting the kind of leads that you know you can attract, right? I told the people on Wednesday, there was a time 200 leads a month was easy. 200, right? It's easy to attract business. One of the people that attended on Wednesday called me, and I just had a conversation with her. So she called me like 2 minutes later. And I'm like, man, did I forget something? You forgot something? Like, why you calling right back? She's like, man, coach, I just wanted to tell you, I just attracted some business. I mean, come on. I just attracted some business. The lady asked, she had a real estate sign. So she just real estate sign in the elevator, attracting business, right? Ended up leaving with the lady information she want to buy a house. It's easy. That's why I wear this R everywhere I go. That's why I wear this badge everywhere I go. It starts the conversation for you. I wear that R on my shirt, right? Let it do some heavy lifting for you. And then people gonna realize, people gonna start coming to you, no matter where you at. It could be baseball. I done picked up leads at baseball practice. I done picked up leads at church. I done picked up leads in the restaurant. You pick them up when people know what you do. That's why you gotta be, so we're gonna be monthly mentee workshop. All right, group coaching. One-on-one coaching. Y'all listen, your brokerage firm offers coaching, y'all. Come on now, you ain't gotta pay for it. Okay? The ones that I know, the big companies that offer coaching, you gotta pay for that. $1,000, $1,500 a month. Like they ain't giving you coaching. We got coaching. Is it free? No. One-on-one coaching, and you get access to it. All you gotta do is schedule it. Evans, just go to the link. Evans, all you gotta do is go to the link.
Go to the link.
Monica, hey, we got a session today, right? Come on, Monica. All you gotta do is go to the link. It's easy. Like, is it hard? Like, is it hard to schedule it? It's simple, ain't it? Come on, man. You just got to go to the link. All right. And then our group coaching, y'all know we alternate weeks. So 1 week we do our digital, we shoot our live podcasts and things like that. And then on that alternating week, we do group coaching. That means you have an opportunity, if you wanted to do a coaching session with me. I facilitate it that entire week. Mondays at 5:30, Tuesdays at 2, Wednesdays at 2, Thursdays at 5:30. Fridays at 11. That entire week, we can dive into what's going on with your business. See what's going on. That's that accessibility, right? That's another one of the things that was on that benefits was accessibility. Well, if we're going to promote accessibility, then guess what? I got to be accessible. So I'm very, very intentional about doing that. All right, our mentoring program. If you don't have a mentor, if you haven't been at least speaking to your mentor once a week, you need to talk to your mentor once a week. Because the reality is that we're going to talk about attracting business, and you're going to get business, and you're going to manage that business, and you're going to convert that business. Well, when you convert that business, especially if you recently licensed, you're going to need some help. You're going to need somebody to kind of hold your hand on what the next step is. Okay, now that they done signed up, they didn't hire me. All right, what do I need to do? Like, how do I show properties? Like, how do I do the buyer's appointment? How do I do the listing? They said they're interested in talking to me about selling the house. Like once you convert the lead, or once you fulfill the lead, now you need to convert it. You're going to need help. You're going to need help when it's time to submit that offer. You're going to need help when it's time to negotiate, or when the offer gets accepted and now you got to deal with Jamal and all the other people that's a part of the transaction to get it closed. You're going to need some help. So you don't want the first time that you had a conversation with your mentor to be that time, right? So you check in with them, because then they may have opportunities for you as well that you may not know about. But listen, I've had some mentees and they're like, man, my mentor ain't called me. They supposed to call you. you supposed to call them. They busy. They working. You the one got time, right? you need to check in with your mentor. All right, and then the Success in Real Estate Machine. So that's that software and that tool that we created that the mentors use in conjunction with the mentor program. All right, so in addition to education programs, I said today I was gonna change that word. Instead of business development activities, I'm gonna change it to business development opportunities, right? Now, I like the word opportunity is because I got this from Grant Cardone, so I gotta give him credit. He said, man, we don't give out handouts. We ain't looking to give out handouts, we give out opportunities. And I said, Grant, I'm taking that, buddy. I'm taking that. Yeah, you done created a monster. I wish you would come to me looking for a handout for me to just give you something. No, I'm gonna give you an opportunity. I like opportunities because that means you got to do something, right? I'm gonna hand it to you, but for it to materialize for you, you got a part to play. Now, if it don't materialize for you, don't be looking at me, because I promise you, I got about 3, 4, 5 more opportunities for you, right? And I'll give them to you. And if you fumble them, you fumble them. That's on you. But I'm looking for opportunities. I'm always, as your broker, as your CEO, I'm always looking for opportunities for us, right? And I'm gonna present them. Right? I've talked to some of y'all, man. We got the opportunity with Oracle Homes and the 19 properties they trying to sell. We got the opportunity with Cityside Homes and they trying to move their product. Right? We have the weekly lead distribution. I got a spreadsheet, got about 250 opportunities on it. Right? Y'all better get there because the babies is hitting them. My man start changing the spreadsheet on me. I'm like, hey, K, bro, you can't sort it like that, dog. Like, come on, man. The rest of the people can't see them. Right? But yeah, so all I'm saying is come on every Thursday at 5:30 and get access to these leads that we generate. We're already working on a community tour to where we're going to attract more business. Right? And that business is going to be added to that spreadsheet. Like we're going to be constantly adding leads to that spreadsheet because we're out here doing it. Right? Our corporate open houses, we have one of them coming up February 22nd. If any agent can participate in it, right? But here's the thing. I say this. I know some of y'all done heard me say this. Ain't no point doing open house if you ain't going to knock on no doors. Ain't no point doing open house if you ain't going to knock on some doors. I see people talking about, yeah, I'm gonna do open house tomorrow. Like, where you flyers? You put flyers out? Is it on social media? Did you go knock on some doors? No, they said I could just host it, so I'm gonna go. And just be sitting in there for 2 hours. You just sat in this house for 2 hours and feel like you did something. Come on, man. But here's the funny thing. There are companies, there's real estate schools, there are webinars, there are videos that's saying that makes sense. What sense that made? For you to go sit in a house for 2 hours and wait for somebody to come in there. And then after this, I'm done now. What you do today? I did open house. And with your check size. Bro. Well, we doing corporate open house. We do a corporate open house. We're gonna knock on some doors. We're gonna post it on social media. You need a 2 week. We working on a 2 week lead time as far as promoting these open houses. You need to put out a bunch of signs, right? I get it. Like I've been doing real estate for 20 years. Like this stuff that I'm asking y'all to do, I've done all this and more. So I've been doing. I didn't sat in the house for 2 hours and put in all the work. I done did the open house and put out the signs, and then you got to go and pick all the signs up. That's why y'all like, man, I don't want to put out 20 signs because I got to pick up 20 signs, right? I get it, but you do it because it only take one lead for it to make sense. It take one person walking through that house, and they ain't even got to buy the one you holding open. It only take one for it to make sense, right? You sit in there for 2 hours and you get somebody, and they buy a $200,000 house and $6 grand. Who out there making $6? What, three grand an hour? Who doing that? Right? It just makes sense. So our business, we're not in the volume business. We're in the quality. We ain't in the quantity business. We're in the quality business. Now you're gonna have to do a quantity of work, a whole lot of work, but you don't need one for it all to make sense. It don't take a whole lot. All right, build a community tours. We talked about that. So we got one of those coming up, March 2nd. Monthly pre-home buyer session. That's coming up on February 17th. Right? We talked about this yesterday. The beauty of the pre-home buyer session is you can use it to what, Evan? Attract business. You can use the open house to do what? Attract business, right? You can use the consumer bus tours that we put on to do what? You could use the community tour that we putting together to do what?
Attract business.
Right? You could use the real estate summit that we do every year to do what?
Attract business.
Come on, man. Now y'all see why I'm gonna change to opportunities, right? Because we can have all that, and we can do all that, but if you don't do nothing with it, come on. All right, then we got virtual desktop. How many of y'all know y'all can get the phones? You can do this every day and answer the phones, and whatever leads come over the phone, them your leads, right? The opportunities are there. You just got to take advantage of them. All right, we got 4 locations. Our west location, Rick, Jackie, they're working to build that full print. The central location, that's something that, you know, we've already kind of been doing. And our north location, we don't have anybody yet that's really taking ownership and wanting to build that footprint. We are actively looking for someone. I may have found someone today. So I may have found someone today. I'm gonna follow back up with them. But we are looking to grow their footprint. And then if anybody has any connections or relationships in Austin and they want to take over us expanding and growing that marketplace, let us know as well. We already somewhat have the infrastructure in place as far as like the brokerage, the fees and with their association and that kind of stuff. But we just need somebody to kind of take over and make it work. All right, BND TV. We talked about the digital programming. The biggest thing for that is, man, we want y'all to participate more, right? Especially with the Realty Happy Hour Live. We do it twice a month, right? So every other week, you can commit to coming on, man, and deal with our shenanigans. We have a good time, huh, Laverne? Laverne, be me, Laverne, Margaret, Jess, Shay.
Amazing time.
Amazing time. Thank you. See? So come on, it's real easy. We email you the link from StreamYard for you to hop on that thing, right? But in the same thing with the Monday Night Live, the Realty Life Podcast, the Prime Real Estate Network, when we shoot those live, we see y'all comments. We talk about y'all comments. I think, Manuel, you was at Monday Night Live and you posted on the comments, right? And we acknowledged it. Speaking, look, you right on time. The man that's over the digital, my man that's rocking the digital. Our host for 2 of the shows, Mr. Ricardo Davis. Yeah, so we do that. It's very important. Now here's the other caveat, right? So now this is something, what we do with BND TV is something that it took over 5 years. Really, it's really getting close to 7 years from when I started, when I had the idea of it used to be called, what did it used to be?
Create your new life.
Thank you, Jess. Create your new life, right? 7 years ago is when I did my first video and we created that Create Your New Life concept was born, right? It took us 7 years to build this out like this, right? If it doesn't make, to me, it doesn't make sense for anybody to be a part of our community and wanting to create a digital show or a podcast or social media and not have a post us about asking us to help them do that. Like, you literally have access to 7 years of creation and design and evolving and mistakes. It's a knowledge base that's unheard of, that I know that ain't no brokerages out there offering that level of access to people that done it, right? Again, we ain't giving handouts, but we are definitely giving opportunities. And there's more than enough opportunities in this brokerage for you to be as successful as you want, okay? The link tree, remember, we have the link tree that has all your links, right? Listen, we did that so y'all would stop calling Shane. Stop calling Shane asking for stuff that y'all know on that link tree. Say that link. Now y'all done started calling Shane asking for the link tree. Like, come on, bro. say the link, man. Save the link. The link tree has everything, okay? We got the QR code right there. We got the link. Save it in your bookmarks. Look at Laverne. Laverne says, because y'all done started calling Laverne. Y'all be asking Laverne. Laverne like, man, what are y'all doing, man? Say the link. Oh, you still get it? Everybody, did y'all all get it? Did you get it?
Yes.
You got it? All right. It's our current core leadership. Just want to remind y'all of who our leadership is. Y'all know me. Y'all know, cause I'm here talking to you. Y'all, I'm sure y'all know Larry. Everybody know Larry, right? Okay. All right, Margaret Harrison's our senior team, corporate, Houston, a lot of those corporate events that we're talking about, these opportunities, consumer bus tours, a real estate summit, free home buyer session, like, you know, she's really responsible. Like y'all are getting a lot of benefit out of those things and those leads that have been acquired, but really it's her hard work and her intention is taking the lead on those things to even make those things happen, man. So I definitely want to applaud Margaret for the work that she does in that capacity. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you so much. All right. And then Jess, man, the way that we show up digitally, man, I mean, it's just amazing. The way that we show up, social media, our Google presence, YouTube, the shows. I mean, that right there, that is her, right? And I definitely want to applaud her for the work that she's doing in that capacity. And how she's really growing it, right? Because I mean, the Real to Life podcast came to fruition because Jess was like, hey man, that create your new life. We need to modify. We need to you know what I'm saying? And I ain't want to let it go though, man. I've been rocking that thing for 5 years. I was like, man, you sure? I mean, I feel like we can make it work. It ain't working, bro. We need to revive that thing. So, and she took it, she's run with it, man, and it's amazing. So Shay, y'all know Shay. Everybody knows Shay. Y'all be calling Shay. So Shay keeps you in the loop, keep you connected. As far as what we have going on, because we constantly have a lot of stuff going on. All right, we got Dion. Dion's responsible for our mentors. So for those that are coming in, and for those of you all that are mentors, first of all, I want to say thank you for having a heart for wanting to help someone else. Because when you really start realizing the benefit of your business and what you do, is when you're impacting somebody else's life and you're helping them. And you should. When you become good at something, you become skilled at something, you should show someone else how to do it and help somebody do it, right? It does not take away from what you're creating and what you're presenting. Like you should do that. All right. And Laverne, I know most of y'all done talked to Laverne too, because Laverne be out there. So this is what I said about you earlier today, Laverne. Because I did a meeting and I showed who the core leaders were. And somebody that was in there was like, yeah, I know Laverne, she is so nice. Like when they talk about you, Laverne, they be like, oh, she is so sweet. Y'all got the perfect person in that role. I say, I know. I say, but guess what? She a little pit bull too, though, man. When she get a hold of you, she gonna stay on you. Like, hey, you ready? You ready to make a decision? Like, what you doing? Like, why you staying there? She got a little spunk in her too. But no, appreciate it, man. Laverne has really been an excellent representation of Brooks and Davis real estate firm. One of the things I said is that she's really bought into what we're doing, and she does very well as articulating that to other people to get them to understand and have conversations with her. So Laverne's doing an excellent job. And then Jackie, Auntie Jackie, man, she be getting on me, man. She be getting on me. Every time I look up, she be like, hello, sir. What I do now, all right? Jackie's coming in, man. She's worked with she really just embraced a lot of our newer agents like Evans and Wendy and some of the other ones. And I mean, you guys are really doing it now, man. You just had with the closing on Friday, you and Terry, yeah, just out there doing their thing, man. And I know Jackie's really helping y'all out with that. She's also, her and Rick are now going to be working together. I mean, you did agree, right, Rick?
Yes.
Okay, so her and Rick, I don't want to be, too forthcoming with it, but her and Rick are going to be working together to build that West footprint for our West office, right? So super excited about that coming, man. That's going to be a big deal. Okay, so to the new stuff. 2023 performance, right? We did 30. So even with everybody was having a down year, right? Everybody heard that? Everybody said, oh man, the year is so down, man. My business this, my business that, my business this, right? Even with all that, you all still pulled out $35 million worth of production. Give yourself a round of applause. Even with all of that, right? Rental production, over $180,000 worth of rental production. That's a whole lot of rental properties, bro. But y'all did that. And gross income into the company a little less than $200,000. All right. We ended with 81 agent members in 2023. 1 corporate team agent member, 48 developmental agents, and 32 transaction agent members. Phenomenal year, Brooks and Davis. Congratulations. Right. Super proud, man. Super proud to be a part of, even in a down year, right? A down year. Hey man, money is to be made. shout out to our top five, right? Our top five finalists. If you weren't able to attend the 15-year reunion where they were all acknowledged and we shout them out. But hey, these the creme de la creme, right? The people that did the most, that closed the most transactions, right? We got some of them in the room. We got some of the top five members in the room. Definitely congratulations on the work and the effort and how you all show up in this business. All right, so 2024 goals, aspirations, this is what we want to do. Really, we want to double everything. Why not? Double it. Company gross income was 197, let's go 394. All right. Membership production was 35 million, let's go 7. Right? Agent member participation, well, we want to increase y'all participating in stuff, right? And then the last one is double agent member count. So we had 81, we want 162. 96 developmental agents, 64 transaction agent members, and get another agent, team corporate agent member. So we'll end up with 2.
What is corporate team?
Marketing. So the ones that are responsible for doing these amazing events and stuff for y'all that generate leads for y'all to attend, we want another person that kind of come in that role with marketing, part of the marketing. And then they also work like our personal book of business, like me and Larry's and some of the other leadership's personal book of business. All right. Good question. Come on. No, I seen you now, Shantae. You got to come on in here. Hey, Rick, you get Shantae a seat. Oh, here's a chair, Shantae. This is what I said to Monica earlier. It's like when you're late, you gotta sit next to the teacher. Gotta sit next to the teacher. Okay. All right. So I said earlier I was going to wrap it all up in like when I looked at the landscape of Brooks and Davis and I realized, man, we could wrap this all up in a simple sentence. And this is the sentence. At the end of the day, we're about having more real estate agents close more transactions, right? That's it. You know, you wrap it all, like take everything that we just talked about and everything that we do, and you put it in one sentence. We're about having more real estate agents close more transactions, period. Exclamation mark, just one, not a whole bunch of exclamation marks, because we just excited, because we serious about that. Have more real estate agents close more real estate transactions. All right, what does that look like? Have more real estate agents. Well, we revamped and relaunched the real estate student affiliate membership. We made it easier to join. Like before, man, we used to, it was a process. It was a process. We made them, they had to fill out the paperwork to be ahead, do a whole bunch of stuff. So we was like, man, we don't really need to do all of that. All they need to do is answer a couple of questions, that's a show of their commitment. And then boom, we can add them into our ecosystem. So we did that. We revamped it, we relaunched it. We launched the World Changers community, right? To create a connection with other licensed agents. This is what we realized. Now, yeah, we want to have more people decide to join Brooks and Davis real estate firm. But what we realized is that sometimes people just need a moment. They need a moment to consider if this is what they really want to do. Right? They need some time. Ain't that right, Shantae? Ain't that right? You need a moment like a year and a half. People need a moment. Right? They need a moment to see if we tell them the truth. Like the reality is that when people hear what we say, it's too good to be true.
Right.
Right? I mean, we didn't have many, I know Laverne can attest to this, they had many conversations, and they'd be like, that is amazing. Wow, I can't believe y'all do all of that. And then still sign up with EXP. What are we doing? Right? So the World Changers community allows people to tap in without signing up for us. They'll get exposed, like I showed y'all 8 benefits, but of those benefits, people in the World Changers community get access to that stuff. Y'all already know any licensed person can come to our trainings. Any licensed person can come to our lunch presentations, right? So the educational piece, when we're doing community involvement, they can come to that. They can participate. They can be guests on our digital programming. Like, so there's a lot of benefits that we have that now people can have access to through the World Changers community. And it's not hard to sign up for it. Right? Just fill out a couple of questions. And now we've expanded our ecosystem. And then the last one is that we've enhanced and intensified our digital production and social media strategy. We've gotten real we've gotten real intentional about how we want to show up digitally. Like how we want the brand to look. What kind of content do we want to give to the marketplace from a recruiting space? Like we sat down and we really spent a lot of time fleshing that out. And now, thanks to Jess, man, she's doing a phenomenal job of executing the strategy that we came up with. Okay. So that's going to help us have more real estate agents. It's going to help us with our recruiting efforts. Okay. Something else is going to have us help us with having more real estate agents. All right. Provide exceptional tailored service to our real estate professionals backed by a money back guarantee. So service, right? Service, providing an exceptional tailored service to our agents, being agent focused, agent centric. Okay, so we got that part, right? But everybody like a guarantee, right? People want guarantees. So I'll give you a guarantee. You want a guarantee? I'll give you a guarantee. So we've come up with 2 guarantees that we're gonna offer. Well, first, when it comes to the tailored service, you ask, well, what does that look like? Like, how do y'all do that? How y'all gonna walk that out? We're gonna over communicate, we're gonna over educate, we're gonna over appreciate, we're gonna over equip, and we're gonna over encourage. Right? Say it again. We're gonna over communicate, right? If you don't participate in something, it ain't because you ain't know about it. Like we're gonna over communicate. It's gonna be in a group meeting, it's gonna be emailed, it's gonna come out timely, right? It's gonna be text, some things gonna be text to you. It's gonna be brought to you multiple times. Like we're gonna over communicate. Okay. If we need something or we need you to do something, we're gonna take the lead on communicating with you. All right. Educate. We already talked about how much educational programming we do. We're gonna keep doing that. Appreciate. Right? We gave out our awards to our top 5. We do our top producers every week, showing, who are doing stuff. I did, for the people that did the coffee appointment with me, I took them out and we had a good time at our coffees with the broker. And that was a show of on me, as a show of appreciation. So we're gonna over appreciate. We're gonna over equip. I showed you the business development opportunities. You're gonna have, and the lunch presentations and the trainings, like you're gonna have the tools, the resources, the knowledge. You're gonna have all of that stuff. You're going to be equipped to do it. And then we're going to over encourage. Now, I use the word encourage because some people don't like the word accountable, but really, we're going to hold you accountable. All right. Everybody needs accountability is good. Okay, it's good. I call it encouragement because I don't know who said this, but somebody said that really only you can hold yourself accountable. No one can really hold you accountable. Accountability, it comes from you. And I like that word. So I subscribe to that. Only you can deal with accountability, but at least I can encourage to be accountable. So that's why we're going to over encourage. All right. So now the money back guarantees, 2 money back guarantees that we're offering. We're going to offer to the marketplace. We're going to create some marketing and some branding around it. We're going to do all of that. Right. The first one. If a person joins Brooks & Davis and they haven't closed 1 transaction within the first 90 days, we will refund them all the money that they paid to Brooks & Davis Real Estate Fund. First money back guarantee. So sign-on bonuses, member dues, anything that you can pay to Brooks & Davis Real Estate Fund. If you ain't closed 1 transaction, you decide you want to leave, we'll give you your money back. Second, if you haven't closed 1 transaction within the first year, we will refund you all the money that you paid to Brooks & Davis, your HAR dues, your MLS dues, and your super kick. I had to look at the moment. The boys was like,
I heard what you said.
everybody was like, look, this is what y'all was thinking. This is what y'all was thinking. Look, this is what y'all was thinking. How y'all gonna do that? Why would y'all do that? How y'all gonna do that?
You're tracking the business.
Listen, because we're so confident that if you take advantage of those educational programs, and if you take advantage of the business opportunity, I guarantee you're gonna do at least 1 transaction. At least. So if you take advantage of all them education programs and you take advantage of all that coaching and you take advantage of all that business development stuff, and you still don't close the transaction, then that's gotta be on us. We need to give your money back. We did you a disservice. We should have showed up better, right? So, have more, now y'all think that'll be attractive to agents? Like Laverne, you think this money back guarantee will help some of them agents go ahead and pull the trigger?
Yeah, because that's a lot of their concern. I'm like, why? Just come get started.
Absolutely. All right, so have more real estate agents. All right, close more real estate transactions. I think this is my last slide. I want to get rid of this. I can't get rid of that. Okay. All right, so close more real estate transactions. So we're gonna launch this new thing called the Major Player Pledge. The Major Player Pledge. So now I just said, we'll give you, for new people, if 90 days, they don't close the transaction, we'll give them their money back. 12 months, they don't close the transaction, we give them their money back, right? But we only doing that for major players. You're only doing that for major players. So that means you gotta come in here and you gotta pledge that you got hustle, that you teachable, that you coachable, and that you'll follow instructions. We only refunding money to major players, people that are willing to make the major player pledge. Hustle, teachable, coachable, follows instructions. When people ask you what kind of agent is Brooks and Davis looking for, we looking for an agent that got some hustle, that's teachable, that's coachable, and that follows instructions. If you do that, you pledge to that, you a major player, you're gonna be very successful in our ecosystem, what we got going on. Now, here's the thing though, you just can't say it because everybody gonna say it. They say it. Yeah, I got hustle. I'm coachable. Hey, Coach Mike, I'm coachable. I'm teachable. Hey, Coach Mike, you tell me what I'm gonna do it. They say it, but they don't come to the coaching sessions. How I know you coachable if you ain't coming to the coaching session? They don't come to the group coaching. How I know you coachable if you ain't coming to the group coaching? They say, I'm teachable, Coach Mike, but I ain't seen them at NAM training. Jamal, I ain't seen them at NAM training, but they teachable. They ain't showed up at NAM lunch presentation. They don't know what resources and tools out here in the marketplace, but they teachable. They ain't came to no monthly mentee workshop, but they teachable, right? I got hustle, Mike, I got hustle, but they not popping in on, what is it, Thursdays at 5:30, AK? Am I lying? Isn't a lot of leads on that spreadsheet? Yes. I got hustle, Coach Mike, but you ain't called NAM lead. I don't see your name at all on there. I done just handed the leads to you, ain't called none of them, right? You ain't showed up at no corporate open house. You ain't knocked on nobody's door. You ain't participated in any consumer bus tours or community tours. You ain't came and told nobody about the pre-home buy session and brought nobody to it. You ain't never signed up a virtual desktop, but you got hustle. Come on, man. No, I'll follow the instructions. But you ain't never, you ain't even set up your Success in Real Estate Machine account, bro. Like you ain't even logged into it. You ain't looked at no videos that gives you step by step instructions on what you need to do to execute on your business. What your mentor, you ain't called your mentor. Your mentor, you ain't had any kind of dialogue with your mentor. No, we are serious about agents closing more transactions, right? And if you're going to close more transactions, you got to be this. And if you're going to be this, then there are ways that you can show it to me. So it ain't about you saying it to me no more. I got what I'm looking for. And this is what you're going to pledge to do. And if you pledge to do this, then you're a major player. And unfortunately, everybody that's a member of Brooks and Davis is not going to be a major player. Hey, you're not. But when you become a major player and you're going to be appreciated and acknowledged and taken care of like you're a major player, and on top of that, you're going to make some major cash in this business because we know what works. We've been doing it for 20 years. We know how to make money in this business. We know how to close transactions. We know what's needed, what's required. So now we're launching this pledge. So we're going to put people at a higher level that are willing to commit to these things. Not all Brooks and Davis agents are going to be built the same. We're going to have major players, right? And those are the ones that's gonna help us achieve our goals as a company, and they're also gonna achieve the goals that they're looking for. I think that's it. Man, that's it, baby. What'd I do? An hour, 20 minutes, man? I probably could have got his shoulder if Jamal hadn't went so long. Jamal.
I was trying to educate, man. I was trying to educate.
Let's see. What we got? Amber alert.
I need to be-
Yeah, there we go. The floor is yours. Okay, so now we got food. While we're eating, we're gonna eat. My people on Zoom for the next 30 minutes, because we got another 30 minutes. You can eat, you can leave, you can stay, you can ask questions, you can do whatever you want to do, right? But the floor is yours. I'm here. You got the CEO of Brooks and Davis Real Estate. If you got questions about anything that you just seen, you have concerns about anything that you just seen, the mic is yours. All right. So the people here, y'all, you want them to go ahead and get started getting their food? So y'all get up, go ahead and start getting y'all.
Sorry for the delay. Papacitos, apparently doesn't have any delivery drivers.
That
I had to be the delivery driver.
is unfortunate. All right. So do I have anybody that's on Zoom that has any questions, any comments, want to have any dialogue right now?
I don't have questions about it. You explained very well about everything, and the information that the other agent gave us was also very interesting, especially for me that I want to do investment in this business.
Okay. Say that again, Mary Lou. I had to turn you up. Say that again.
Okay, I said that the information you give us was very interesting. I don't have questions about it. I just want to know if there is possible that you can share the information of the first agent who spoke. Because as he said, he's an investor, maybe he can help me with some questions I have.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
well, I have to say thank you so much and no questions about it.
No, absolutely. Yeah, Mary Lou, I'll make sure that we get you and Jamal. So you got somebody you got a special request, Jamal. You got somebody wanna meet with you. Yeah, I'm gonna make the connection, Mary Lou. So
Very low.
so as soon as you
Thank
give
you.
Very wholesome name, Mary Lou.
Mary Lou.
And I wasn't able to go there because unfortunately I'm pregnant and I have a lot of nausea and I don't want to be there and
Hey, that's a pretty
So-
good.
Yeah. Hey, look, I don't want to. It's not unfortunate that you're pregnant,
No.
Mary Lou. Like, that's a beautiful thing.
No, you're fine. We'll get
Yes,
okay.
but I don't want to be there and covering my nose. You will feel like I'm kind of crazy or something else.
I got you. No, we appreciate that, Mary Lou. Thank you so much. All right,
Okay.
Evans had a question. What was it, Evans?
And then Miracle had a question.
Okay, and then Manuel. So Evans. Oh, you got to come to the.
Oh,
My man,
I don't know. I mean, everybody walking up.
And
Yes,
welcome to the
yes.
stage, Evans. Charles.
My question is, about that digital space.
Mhm.
About creating it and getting, looking real good.
Mhm.
Is that just, working with, or who do I directly get in touch with?
Well, coaching is
Coaching.
a great place.
Mhm.
One-on-one coaching,
One-on-one.
group coaching.
Yeah.
Right? That's a great place to start for us to start talking about what we did to build that digital presence. Absolutely.
In other words, with the revamping and everything, like, you said, Jessica doing a lot of that, would she be a great asset for them too?
Well, start with me because I had to, like, she and I worked on the concept together. So I can help you first, like before, because she's busy.
Right.
She's busy doing a lot of shit.
Just saying if that's,
But
I'm just
if
saying,
I feel like we need to, like, if I start seeing you putting the stuff in action, you start seeing it, and I feel like, hey man, I think it would be a good time for him to have a conversation with Jess. Absolutely, I'll put that resource in there. Good question.
thank you.
Gallon margarita.
All right, anybody else on Zoom? What questions y'all have or comments? Oh, Manuel. All right, Manuel got a question. Come on, what you got?
Okay, so it was just, whenever you were talking about the leadership principles, as you were saying how, Roots and David, is also, it's not like a real estate company, it's a leadership company because you guys are being leaders because people, look up to us as agents. My question was, how many, like, what are these leadership principles that you guys use? Or like how many, because I mean, there are a lot of leadership principles out there. last time I checked, there was like about 16. Do you guys train every agent?
On those 16 leadership principles?
16?
All right, so Manuel's asking about the leadership principles that we stand on as we begin to build, right?
Right.
All right, so look, yeah, it's 16, it's a multitude of leadership principles. But we're gonna start with 4. Hustle, teachable, coachable, following instructions, right?
So those are the leadership principles that,
We're gonna start with 4, right? Cause it ain't no point in me giving you all of this at once. Like it's gonna be too much for you to consume, right? So we gotta start somewhere. So now you show me that you got hustle, you show me you teachable, you show me you coachable, you show me you follow instructions. Then we start introducing, we start going to the next level, right? We start putting you to where now, instead of you just being responsible for yourself, because with leadership, it's about responsibility and accountability. So you first got to be accountable for yourself, responsible for yourself. Well, then you can be trusted with being responsible for other people, right? Because you're not a leader if ain't nobody following you. Hey, look, Jamal, I've been at this thing a long time, brother.
Listen, you.
Made a lot of mistakes. All right, what else, man? So we start with those 4, and then we build from there. All right.
and then again, so do you guys also train agents that are not part of groups and basic?
Do we train? Well, they can join the World Changers.
Yeah, through the workshop.
Yeah. So through the World Changers community, they can get connected.
They get-
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm not gonna say this, but I'm gonna say it. Why would you want to be attached to a broker that's not training? Always send it to me. I need to.
I guess not all the bloggers offer live coaching sessions, so maybe like, I don't know, like some of the agents are looking for different brokers that don't really help them out, they're seeking for help and life coaching, maybe they say, well, I can't, well, that's kind of like a, yeah, but no, absolutely, yeah, what you don't wanna.
So you got to give, it's out of.
Yeah.
I always question it. Why would you? There's also a split that's happening, right?
Does anybody else on Zoom have any questions? If not, y'all can,
Yeah, maybe.
Kate can stay on. Oh, Jess got to stay on too.
Exactly what you receive.
So any questions, Dexter,
No, I know.
Mary Lou, Cher, Latanya, Jinky, Keith, Aspen, like, did y'all enjoy yourselves?
Yes, I have no questions on my side.
Okay, good. All right.
Yes, I did.
Mike,
Good.
I enjoyed all the information. I'm excited for the year.
Yes.
Super excited. We got a one-on-one session at 2:30.
I know,
Okay.
I see
All
it.
right.
I got you.
All right,
I'm
all
ready
right.
for you. Okay, well, look, everybody,
I
y'all have an
appreciate it.
amazing day. Look, y'all, we got Papacitos here, man. Woo, y'all should have came, boy. We got the good stuff.
I did have a quick question.
Uh-huh.
Tomorrow, they're supposed to be doing a meeting at 5:30 or a Zoom at 5:30. And I know we have our class meeting tomorrow at 5:30. So will y'all have y'all's recorded as well for tomorrow?
Yeah, no, so we don't record the lead distribution sessions. And yeah, and I do know that y'all have y'all classes on Thursdays, but no, we don't record we don't record those sessions.
Okay.
Good question though. All right. Anything else? All right, man. Well, look, y'all have an amazing evening, man. There's gonna be some great things in store for you, and looking forward to it. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you, Yusuf.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Okay, so Sharita, Kate, y'all stay on. But I'm gonna switch it onto my phone.
Yeah.
Right.